Hey everybody, welcome back to Stone Mountain Adventures. We're back down here on the property. If you haven't seen the last video when we were here camping for the first time in the back of the Dodge, go check that video out. I'll put an iCard up above, link down in the description also. But today we're not able to camp, unfortunately. I have to work this evening and then I also have to work tomorrow morning. So we're just gonna do a quick kind of camp cook thing using this tire table. They sent me this a few weeks back. And I have yet to be able to try to use it. If you haven't seen it, check them out online. It seems like a really cool idea. If you watched that last video, you know that I set up my tarp and covered this half of the truck. And in doing so, we got a lot of rain. I wouldn't have been able to use my tailgate to cook on. However, I would have been able to use this. So let's get this thing unboxed and then we'll talk about what we're cooking. It's gonna be delicious. When I first saw this table setup pop up on Instagram, I immediately texted my wife and said, I need this. And fortunately, I was able to reach out to the company and they were kind enough to send me out one to let me try. So here's what we have. It reminds me of a deer stand, like a ladder stand or like a climber. But you have two pieces here, and then you also have this piece that's attached. And what this does is it sits over top of your tire and gives you an easily accessible table for when you're camping in your truck or just going out and setting up and cooking lunch like I'm doing today. So let's get everything pulled apart, and then I'll show you how it goes on the table, on the tire. So the cool thing about this is I'm pretty sure it'll work with about any size tire that you have. As you can see, mine are a little bit oversized than normal. So we're gonna test it out. On the table itself, you have two support legs. These here just pop out. And then they pop in on this opposite side. Sorry. And then they pop in over here on the sides. And what these do is give you support on your tire. All right. So there's that first part. And then you have these little jam nuts on the side that will allow you to slide this part up and down, which is what allows you to select how deep and how wide the tire is. So now we're just going to go ahead and loosely put this on the tire and see how much it fits. So then you cinch it down, tighten your jam nuts here. And essentially, there's your table. But they've thought of everything. This here would hold a lot of weight, but as you can see, we've got a little bit of flimsiness here. So we have another jam nut here. As well as a push pin here, which releases another leg. Now you can use this leg two different ways. You can have it straight up and down to give you the most support, or if you're in an area that maybe you don't want to set it on the ground, you can run it back to your tire, just push it up against the edge of the tire there, and it'll give you support there. This gives you more clearance to walk underneath the table and everything like that. Once you have that secure, it's not going anywhere. All right, now it's time to cook. Let's go ahead and get all of our stuff out. Once again, we're going to be using our little Gas One Amazon dual fuel single burner stove. And I don't know if you guys know it or not. I'm sure you have. You've seen it on the news. The area that I live in, we got hit pretty hard by the most recent hurricane, Hurricane Helene. About 30 miles north of me, Damascus, Virginia, decimated. Where I work, we had over probably 30 some white pines, ranging from 60 plus feet tall, fall on the property. We're in the process of getting all that cleaned up for those that come in and visit. It's just been a really bad time the last few weeks. Because of that, I'm not able to find very many of the small 1 pound green propane canisters. I have a few that are partially used, not partially used. So today we're going to be using butane. Now butane, it has a tendency to be blown out much easier than propane. The pressure is something scientific, I don't know. But Tailgater and the folks that sent me this tire table have a solution for that. This is their new Tailgater tire table windscreen. It's going to be able to help me keep the wind off of the grill and keep that flame going. Huge shout out to Tailgater for sending me all of this cool stuff. As you can see, this is a legit unboxing. I haven't even looked at it. They told me they were sending it to me. This is the first time that I'm taking a look. So this is some type of metal windscreen. Looks like it's got these nice little lock and unlock features. And it looks like it just unfolds and allows you to set it up like a barrier. So let's get this thing set up. That is really cool. So the features on there that show the that have the spring-loaded locks and latching mechanisms, that's going to help out a ton to keep it from being flimsy and things like that. It gives it a lot more rigidity. It fits great on the table, and as you can see, the single burner gas one, it fits on there great too. I don't know if you can tell or not, but this thing's going to come in handy just today. So let's get everything out that we're going to be cooking today. Of course, we've got our cast iron skillet. Don't worry, I'm going to clean that. We're just using our butane fuel canister. While we wait on that water to boil, I'm going to try some of this Liquid Death green guillotine. Green tea, agave, and vitamins. It's 30 calories. It's got a little bit of sugar in it. I've never tried one, so. I saw Crazy Quaddy. Do I not know how to say his? Anyway, saw that he started drinking them after he had a little health scare a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to start trying to give them a try. It's much better than an energy drink. It's not bad. So as a lot of you know, I'm kind of, over the last year or two, I've been trying to lose some weight. Ever since this back injury, I've gained about 40 pounds back. And the way I lost about 80 pounds in the beginning was doing carnivore. I know. It seems like such a fad, crazy diet. I know, but it works. I'm telling you, it works. So today we're doing carnivore bison Juicy Lucy's. I've always wanted to make a Juicy Lucy, never have. And that's what we're doing today. We got some eggs. I'm going to do a fried, like a soft egg, or an over easy egg. Have a big old juicy mess, essentially. Again, this windscreen, game changer. Super, super thankful to Tailgater for sending that over and thinking about it. I literally just asked if they'd be interested in sending me the table, and they asked about if I'd be able to use the windscreen. And I was like, actually, yeah. We're just going to use some duck fat spray to get the pan ready for the bison patties. Making the Juicy Lucy's are super simple, not very complicated. So Juicy Lucy is literally just some meat patties with a bunch of cheese stuffed inside of it. I don't really know where it originated from. I remember growing up as a kid watching Travel Channel and stuff like that, and seeing people talk about the Juicy Lucy and watching them eat it, and I always wanted to try one. So what I'm going to do is take these patties, kind of flatten them out a little bit, and then take one, kind of make a well in the middle, and we're just going to take a bunch of this Tillamook cheese, and we're just going to try to jam it right there in the middle. Just make a big old mound of it. This bee or something is enjoying whatever it's smelling. Me and him's about to fight. All right, so once you got your cheese on there, as you can see, that cast iron is hot. We're gonna go ahead and cut it off for a minute while I get all this ready. You're gonna flatten out your top patty, and you kind of want it to have a bigger surface area than your bottom. So then we put both of our patties together, and you just go around the edges and try to crimp those patties to make them form together and seal that cheese on the inside. All right, the only seasoning that we're using today is some salt. Move some of that duck fat spray around there. And then we're just going to go ahead and take this and dump it right on there. Go ahead and turn our burner back on. And we're going to let that cook. So hopefully within the next few weeks, I'll be able to get back out either here to the property or maybe one of the hip camps locally and do some more camping and actually use this thing more. First impressions, I'm super happy with it, super pleased. I think this thing will be a great addition to anyone's camping arsenal. And if you haven't looked into one, link will be down in the description box to their website, also all their social medias and stuff like that. Big thanks to Tailgater for sending me out this tire table as well as their new windscreen. If you're cooking on a single burner propane or butane stove, this windscreen is going to help out a lot. Down here in this valley that we're in, we get a lot of wind, we get a lot of just air moving through. If you watched my last video, you actually saw, I believe I mentioned that my burner actually went out on the tailgate. So even with the blockage of the truck, the wind swirled around and blew it out. Haven't had that issue yet. Let's see what we look like on the other side of this. We throw a big egg on top of there, maybe even a little bit extra cheese. It's gonna be good. All right, we're starting to get some cheese seeping out. We're gonna go ahead and pull this thing off and let it rest. I like my burgers medium rare-ish. We're gonna go ahead and scrape some of this excess out of here. Get some of our duck fat sprayed down. And then we're gonna cook some eggs. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the heat off for a second. We're just gonna do one egg on top of this thing. We're gonna let that fry right there in that duck fat. I'm not got the burner on. This is just the residual heat from the skillet. I'm anxious to see how well this is done, because we had some it's like got a cheesy crust on one side. It looks really good. Tastes pretty good too. And I'm ready to dig in. It's getting close. And we're just gonna lay him right on top of there. I mean, again, huge thanks to Tailgater Tire Table for sending me this table and the windscreen. It's gonna work awesome. I know it is. It's gonna be able to help me keep the bed of the truck closed up so I don't have to get worried about bugs getting in there and stuff like that. And I can just cook right here beside the door where I keep all my food and everything anyway. Let's go ahead and get the, look at that. Let me give you some shade here so you can see this. Let's go down here. All right, here we go. This is our Juicy Lucy with a fried egg on top. You already see that yolk? Oh, look at that cheese in the middle. Can you see it? This is gonna be delicious. If y'all have never had ground bison, 10 out of 10 recommend. That duck fat spray adds a little bit of fat into that lean meat. Gives you a good coating on the tongue. That's delicious. Well, I'm gonna go eat lunch and then I'm gonna head to work. I appreciate you guys for watching. Appreciate you for sticking with me. I hate that it's been a while since I've done a video, but if you follow me for a while, you know I got a lot of back problems, and well, we're still going back and forth to the doctors. I go Monday to have a nerve study done and then go back and see a surgeon, all that good stuff, but couldn't let it keep me down today. We're gonna eat. Thanks again to Tailgater Tire Table for sending me this awesome stuff. You guys go check them out in the link down below. It's a really cool product. It's a cool idea. It's a cool concept. It helps you kind of have more rugged materials so you don't have to worry. I have one of those fold-up tables in the bed of the truck that I used to use. A long time ago, you saw me struggle with that thing. This is a super easy setup, super easy to use. Can't go wrong. I mean, it's made out of metal. You can literally have it forever. So, super light. I can go on and on about it just in the time I've used it today. So y'all go check them out in the link down below. And I'm gonna go eat this delicious bison Juicy Lucy carnivore style. Thanks guys, God bless.